Telstra Dome on this Sunday afternoon. Good to have you with us wherever you're joining us around Australia. Warren Tredrea, the acting captain for Port, in the absence of Matthew Primus, has won the toss and the power to head to the left of screen. The lock-it end in this opening term, and so many matchups to look forward to. Well, there's one of the new faces for Port Adelaide, Brad Symes. As Mark Williams said, unfortunately his parents unable to make the trip because it's at such short notice. So to Mr. and Mrs. Symes, g'day. And also to Mr. and Mrs. White, Damon White making his debut, originally out of Quarrading in the WA wheat belt east of Perth. There he is, Damon White, and the great story we'll tell you about he originally drafted back in 2001. Here he is, finally making his AFL debut. Sav Rocker's back in the Kangaroos side. Drew Petrie starting forward. Chad Corns looks like he's on he. Wayne Schwass. There's so many great matchups to look forward to.
There is, Clinton, and pleased to see Drew Petrie, who played on Jonathan Brown last week against Brisbane, is starting in the forward line, being picked up by Chad Corns. But look, the Kangaroos want any better chance to play against a side that is depleted with injuries. Today's the day. They desperately need a win. Perhaps the balance of favour with Gavin Wanganeen, a late omission, tends to work in their favour somewhat.
Port starting with a tall forward line of Thurstons, Brogan and Tredrea all down there as we head boundary side and say g'day to Tiff.
G'day boys, I've been told Michael Frito is out of the side like Gavin Wanganeen with a back injury. I've also been told the Kangaroos have been doing a fair bit of boxing through the week, so expect to see the old shin bone of spirit back again today.
It's a big match for them, Tiff. Thank you. Kangaroos 9-1 all-time head-to-head against Port.
And looks like Shannon Grant's been given a job on Burgoyne.
Wait to see that one with great interest as Wilson of Port Adelaide gets the first possession. High kick towards half forward. Big fly at the back by Anthony Stevens, unsuccessful. Michael Stevens near the boundary line in front of Schofield. Sinclair there as well. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Chad Corns, I should say, is trying to get on to Shannon Grant. And it looks like that is going to stick now because Brady Rawlings is now, after the bounce, moved on to Burgoyne.
Porter in front. Laid from behind, got a hand to it. Back near the boundary line.
It's out! Port!
Umpire Schmidt with the call. Umpiring with Stuart Wynn and Sean Ryan today. And
just bounce in front.
Glenn Archer coming back for the Kangaroos as well to start on the bench with Hale, Motlop and Wells, who some speculated was on the verge of being dropped. Daniel Wells had an exciting start to the season. Port shoveling it forward. Makepeace with the run in front of Brett Ebert, who's been very impressive. Anthony Stevens on the half volley for Sinclair. Now the Kangaroos can look to go. Here's Harris. Free kick coming back to the Kangaroos, Harris. No, very late advantage call. No, coming back.
Play stopped! There it is!
Meanwhile, Dew and Michael Stevens exchanging pleasantries. Michael Stevens, a former Port Adelaide player with 17 matches. There's the contact. Welcome back, Sam. First game this year for the man, 19th all-time on the goal kicking list. A little bit further up the ground there, but a good ball for Drew Petrie, and he'll line it up directly in front.
Just needs to go back now. Reward the hard work and the good work that was done further up the field. Harris got himself involved. I just get the impression, Jared, the Kangaroos, after a poor performance last week, there's a lot of purpose about their play early on.
They have started well. They warmed up well. And I think the Port Adelaide are going to have to be on their very best form if they're going to knock them off here. They mean business. This one goes through. You'll see a big lift by the Flyers.
It does, and it is. Drew Petrie gets the Kangaroos on the board first here on Fox Footy Sunday with the opening goal.
You do get little signs. I actually saw Adam Simpson just 30 seconds prior to the first bounce kick one football back to the boys on the boundary line. Well, he unloaded with about a 65-metre torpedo. That was probably the most pure spiral he's hit in his career. So he is on song. Still got to get it though.
Back again.
Kangaroos starting well, trying to end this 4-game losing streak. Back in the centre. Laid perhaps, now putting the tackle on. We'll have a second bounce surely.
Both sides have a loose man in defence. For the Kangaroos, it's Anthony Stevens. Up the other end of the ground, it's Sean Burgoyne at the moment. So important that both of those players position themselves well. If their team wins it in defence, put yourself in a receiving position.
Play on.
Loudon palming it down. Now Roger James, Port fans happy to see him back in the lineup as well, playing just his second game for the season. Good fend off by Schofield. Now, Kasisi finding an opening. Penetrating kick. Tall forwards. Time. Treadray had it knocked away. There's that loose man, Anthony Stevens, to the skipper and Simpson. For Makepeace. For Sinclair. Back for Makepeace. Kangaroos running it out. Still with Makepeace off 2 bounces. Good kick for Harris. Unable to hang on. Late pressure by James was impressive. Now the second effort. And Roger James is away. Goes short over the head of the former Kangaroo Cochrane. Porter, Sinclair, loose man Harvey. Good bounce. Now can go. Harding leading. Petrie wants it. Harvey might go himself. Goes long. Rocker back in the square. Rocker.
Mark's here, Seb. Just go straight back on the angle.
Oh, this will do his confidence the world of good.
Thanks, Bear.
Has
Sean,
kicked
that's it
18
there,
goals in
Mara.
the VFL in 5 matches this season, including 8 in the opening round. To win a recall when some thought that at 30 years of age, his AFL days might be nigh, but 636 career goals, number 19 all time, should add to that. 5 minutes in, what a start for the Kangaroos.
All clear.
Well, that was a magnificent start to this match by the Kangaroos. Clearly, the job has only just begun. But I've always loved the style of kicking from Sav Rocker. He goes back, he gets his weight forward, and he gets all his body weight going in the line of the ball. He never leans back. He is a magnificent executioner of the drop punt.
Rocker with 1, Petrie with 1, Kangaroos with 2, Porter with his 4th hit out. James at ground level winning plenty of it early. Hurries a kick forward. Oh, what a pickup by Harris. Brilliant. Out towards the 200 gamer grand. Chad Corns backed himself. Peeled off his opponent Petrie. Takes the footy. Delivers towards half forward. Lee Brown with the spoil on Thurston's. Schofield started well. High one towards Treadray at the hot spot. Brogan there as well. Treadray was in front. Anthony Stevens paddling it on. Brogan with a steal. He's tied up by Colbert. Hot footy. Port deep in attack. Treadray wins it. Bounces off Harris. Cochrane under pressure. Schofield under pressure. Dew slips. King charges through. Oh, look at him go, David King. Brilliant defence by the Roos. Delivers to Harding. He's a speedster. I reckon he'll be too quick at ground level if Bishop's going to be his man all day. Here's Rocker again. Oh, what sort of start is this? Targets Petrie but missed him. Bolton paddled it on. Wilson now. Coming out of defence. Delivers long. Man in front, Watt. Treadray knocked it down. Porter tied up. King again. Again wants to back himself. Dew lunges. King got it away. 2-on-1. Anthony Stevens winning plenty of the ball. Gee, it's a good contest, gentlemen.
Good contest, but the Kangaroos, it's all about pressure, Clinton. They're hunting impacts at the moment. They're putting some doubt in the Port Adelaide players' minds at the moment.
Stevens to Rawlings. Simpson, the skipper, is running. Now the important ball. Rocker the target again. Harding will fly. At the ground. Rocker goes short. Petrie finds an opening. Lines it up for his second. And it's Hempstead.
All clear.
What a start from the Kangaroos here on Fox Footy. 3 goals in the opening 7 minutes.
Well, they've just had so much run from defence, and I think that'll be the thing they'll focus on at quarter time. What's got them going, what has set them up and put them in the position they are, and it's clearly the extra run. They have just started, just everybody is contributing to it. They're working hard. Their key forwards are involved. Petrie with a couple and Sav with an early one.
Straight back again, Aaron.
Mark Williams barking out the instructions early. His team 3 goals adrift already.
Jess Sinclair, another North Melbourne Kangaroos player, starting loose in defence as well with Anthony Stevens.
Simpson shovels the handball out. Rawlings. High one to half forward. Petrie and Chad Corns. Going to be a terrific matchup today. Corns nearly, but not quite. Corey Jones blazes away out of bounds on the fall.
Here it is, here it is, here it is. Gonna go behind you, Mark.
And he will have to come back, Matthew Bishop.
Must go over the line. Must go over the line.
This is the 11th time these two clubs have met, and this will be the 6th different venue at which they have played. Bishop now
Play on.
to the broadcast side. Target is Wakeland. Rocker getting back, provides the fist. Harris has seen plenty of it early. Now Porter, the big man away. Delivers to the pocket. Getting in front, nearly, not quite. Kane Corns dives on it. Grant stole it away. Petrie near the boundary line. Wakeland closing. Petrie to the hot spot. Port with numbers should win it. They don't initially. Sean Burgoyne does well now. Bishop, Wilson. Being stalked by Anthony Stevens. Kick is partially smothered. Sean Burgoyne again. Off to his brother. Has seen plenty of it this season. Kick very wide but effective for Thurston's. Thurston's down the line to Lade. Had a step on Porter. Porter closed fast. Knocked it away. Foot race between the big men. This will be entertaining. Lade does well. Delivers towards Treadray coming out. Watt with the timely fist. Still a chance for Port. Schofield. Treadray, he kept his feet. Has to wait. Feeds the handball off. Cochrane hurries a kick at goal towards the square. Carries Brogan and Colbert. Will he concede a behind? No, goes for the boundary line. Finds it for a throw in. It's deliberate. Port Adelaide through.
He thought the other Kangaroo player was going to come up on his outside and go.
Right on it, Jess. Right on it. No closer,
That's
Michael.
why he poked it towards the boundary line.
We'll get a look in a moment, but Schofield.
Just wonder whether it wouldn't be worth considering pushing Lade to the goal square and getting Brogan up into the action.
Schofield hooks it around. Oh, what an effort that is! Sensational goal, Jared Schofield. Chorus of boos rained down from the stands following the decision to pay the deliberate out of bounds.
Well, they had to get something special. And they were a little bit lucky because I agree with Jared there. I think perhaps Jesse Sinclair gave a call to lead Colbert, and that was just a handball, not to his teammate directly, but in his path, which would have allowed him to run on. The fact of the matter was he just wasn't there to receive it. Jared Schofield, though, terrific goal, and certainly one that the Port side desperately needed.
Right, yeah, here we go.
His second goal for the season. Good bounce back in the centre. Lade perhaps. Corey Jones the crumbs. Goes direct. Over the head of Rocker. Harding is quick. Rocker's caught. Petrie's a chance. Harvey is electrifying. Kicks towards the goal square. Bounce important. Read well though by Cochrane. Now Wilson's got a loose man on and Roger James is away. Delivers towards half forward Ebert. Nearly had it, wins a free.
It's not a bad free kick that though.
Be careful there.
Just had to make sure that he stopped Ebert in his tracks, and Mark Porter just been impressed with the way he's gone about his football at the moment, putting a fair amount of pressure on and setting a very good example for his smaller, fleet-footed brigade.
Having a terrific rookie year, last year's McGarry medalist Ebert delivers to half forward. Boy, Thurston's got up high. We'll have a boundary throw in the forward pocket, and the crowd appreciate the umpire saying we'll have a boundary throw in.
Straight out of rocks. Haley, don't link him here, mate.
And there's Dad calling for 5AA this afternoon, and no doubt barking out his own instructions. Brogan in front. Hale got a hand to it. Sinclair. Wide to the outer side. Brown, Thurston's boundary line.
You just saw in shot there. Brady Rawlings is now picking up Peter Burgoyne, with Shannon Grant playing across the half-forward line there, being picked up by Kane Corns.
Arms up. Arms up, straight at it.
If you joined us late, Gavin Wanganeen, a late withdrawal for Port. Fitness test pre-match. Unable to come up after the back spasms on Friday. Brad Symes, the replacement, as Justin Schmidt calls for a bounce.
Got tackled.
Do umpires talk more than in your day, Jared and Wayne?
I don't think so. I think there's just more of them.
James had no chance. James tied him up.
If it's an offline bounce, it's play on. It's an offline bounce. I call play on. You can take it out of the ruck.
And there is the explanation. Now got about 4 ruckmen here. Thurston's got it down. Colbert was in the right place. High kick beyond the centre circle. Oh, there's a good grab. Chad Corns lays it off quickly for Polton. Kick askew, made Schofield work at the back. Anthony Stevens knocking it down. Michael Stevens happy for the boundary line.
And the Kangaroos have abandoned, the Port Adelaide have abandoned having the loose man in defence. It hasn't been working for them. The Kangaroos just getting much too much run off their half-back line, and Burgoyne's now pushed forward. He's been picked up by Anthony Stevens.
Hale and Brogan. Hale.
Holding on here.
Kangaroos free kick. Makepeace going against Wilson. In fact,
Right out, Dominic.
yes, Wilson,
Brent, right
the man
out.
who gave it away. Makepeace will go wide to Hale.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Second-year player, still
Brogan
a
onto the
teenager.
ball.
Delivers towards the pocket. Bishop behind Harding. He'll win in the air. Bishop there. Harris near the boundary line. Wakeland runs it over.
I just question the kick there from David Hale into Lee Harding as Anthony Stevens comes off, being replaced by his good mate Glenn Archer. You've got Sav Rocker in the forward line who's already kicked the goal. Lee Harding's a small plumbing player. Get it long and quickly into Big Sav. Give him every opportunity.
Archer's played just a half an hour of footy this year. Happy to be back after the knee injury as Schofield with a little handball to Thurston's. Might be advantage play on. They should run here. James does. Bursting out E, but good kick to him. And he marks a fraction too far out to score.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
He's going to drive it deep. Target is laid. Fends off Colbert. Takes the mark. Well done.
He just looks more dangerous in that forward line than Dean Brogan. We've seen him play at full forward, and at the moment he's just pushed out to that centre half forward position with Treadray a little bit deeper. But he is a big-bodied player, and he's tough to push out of the way. And you just saw there he dealt with Colbert pretty easily.
Kicked 5 goals in that finals loss to Sydney last year. Did Brendan Lade. Has 107 games, 73 goals for his career. And from 45 metres out, kicks Port's second goal.
That's why he is a magnificent forward ruckman, because he goes back and he just delivers, Wayne. He's a magnificent kick.
He is a terrific kick, and the important thing is, Jared, that look, the Kangaroos have had the majority of the play so far in this first quarter, but when you get an opportunity and your side's starved of opportunities going inside 50, forwards, when they have a clear shot on goal like that, they must go back, nail the goal, keeps their side well and truly in the contest.
Rightio, here we go.
The Roos opening 3 goals, offset by Majors to Schofield and Lade. And it's a tight contest now as we work our way towards quarter time. The bounce favouring Hale, down to Harris, immediately besieged. Jones did well. Little handball over the top for Harvey. In turn for Rawlings. Good build-up. Kicks to a 1-on-2. Both Port players went up. Polton, though, doubles back quick. Harris and Chad Corns. Underground handball. Kasisi, well, that made it awkward for James. Harris, Rawlings, hot potato stuff. Jones wants to go long, blazing away. Port with numbers now. Watch the rebound. Peter Burgoyne. Chad Corns, here they go. Kane Corns.
Schmitty!
Will go towards Treadray on a very long lead. What drags him down illegally?
It's a great lead by Treadray. Really worked hard to give his side an option. And what just infringed here, he didn't look at the ball at all. He just wanted to get him out of the action.
Treadray sizing up the options. Touch ball, touch ball. Hale leaps anyway. Colbert pursued by Lade. Kick a wobbly one, but Simpson can keep it in for Shannon Grant. Now he's got to blaze away near the line. Harvey. Oh, good mark with courage. Going back into the pack. Taken by Kasisi. Wants to square it up. Risky ball, but okay. Good use of the body by Polton. Now Cochrane. Port beginning to get some run into their game. Cochrane driving it deep. Thurston's laid. Crummers needed. The Burgoynes were there. Peter Burgoyne putting the tackle on. Kangaroos holding it in.
I'll tell you what happened. He got rid of the ball first and then it come back trapped in.
We'll be paying Sean Ryan for his special comment soon.
Well, they've worked their way back into the match, Port, and they're starting to get some run off half back, which is pleasing. But also they're starting to put pressure on the Kangaroos and forcing some mistakes. Therefore, they're able to rebound quite quickly. Hence, there's a bounce inside their forward 50.
Hale and Lade. Share it. Hale kicks into the back of Makepeace. Jones. Good work. Sinclair. Harvey. It was a crowded area around the bounce, so there's a bit more room up the ground now. Harvey bombs it to midfield. Makepeace. Well-weighted kick to him.
It's a brave decision, but it's paid off to date.
Makepeace goes wide. Terrible kick intended for Brown. Straight to Schofield. Now they can run. Salopek for Thurstons. For Sean Burgoyne. Runs into trouble. Can the tackle stick? Yes. Sean Burgoyne held up long enough. Got it to Thurstons, but there's the turnover. Makepeace to the outer side. Now Simpson. Harding leads for him. He's quick. Kick makes him work. Bishop's got him. Good tackle. Was it deliberate? No. Boundary throw-in.
Brogan is coming from the ground, and Damon White gets a run. In fact, it might be Thurston's coming off.
There is Damon White, the 20-year-old out of Perth. The leadership squad of Port Adelaide urged Mark Williams to pick him this week. He's described as an inspiration at the club, coming back from some serious injuries. From the boundary throw-in, Salopek putting the tackle on, but getting into the back of Harvey.
Fair challenge for him first up, straight on to Glenn Archer.
We'll keep an eye on that as Harvey getting into the back. Salopek getting into his back. See, that's another poor disposal as they work towards inside 50. Wilson taking the mark.
Stay out, Daniel, stay out!
We're into time on opening term. 5.5 minutes of playing time remaining. Wilson going short.
Play on!
Bishop.
They've got a real advantage, Port Adelaide, if they can get the ball down to Sean Burgoyne. He's going to be too tall for Makepeace.
You now.
Bishop again. Treadray dives and takes the mark. Goes quickly. Laid in front of Colbert. Oh, Lee Brown with courage going back into the unknown there. And away quickly. Good ball for Hale. He's got a loose man, Motlop, all alone. Attacking side of the wing. He'll just chip it over the top. Harding will mark, turn around, run on and kick a goal. Here you go. It'll happen. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. And when your team's 3 and 4, you've got to take every chance.
Well, we spoke about momentum going towards the target, and if you have a look at that again, you'll see he just ducks around and then doesn't actually take a couple of steps to get his weight, all going towards the target. He's just pulled it across the body.
Maybe a sign his confidence not all that great, just his 3rd game for the season. Chad Corns long, will it reach Wakeland? Has to wait, Rocker closes. He's trying to do the 1%ers, big Sav, and there they are, but Polton's in the way. Grant closing. Gee, some poor kicking through the midfield. Under pressure though. Harvey. Archer has Hale on. Delivers to Motlop. They're yet to work out who's on Motlop, obviously. Makepeace kept on running.
Well, that's great running from Makepeace. He's come from about 40 metres out from goal. He missed out a couple of times on the way through. Sean Burgoyne just took a couple of looks, didn't just calculated he wasn't going to be there, get into the play, and he didn't do the hard yards, and now his man's about to kick a goal.
Right there.
And I reckon that's just terrific attacking pressure onto Sean Burgoyne. He's an attacking player himself, but the best way to get them thinking or not thinking about their natural game is to run forward, get yourself a goal nice and early, puts the pressure back onto Sean Burgoyne. Well done, Troy Makepeace.
It's been the key to their quarter so far, the run from defence.
Right there.
Makepeace from 40 metres out. Kicks a goal. Good to have you with us on Fox Footy Sunday. We'll be reviewing the weekend with all the highlights with Jared and myself at half-time, including Richo's bag of 10 from yesterday as we have another look at Makepeace take the mark. The applause in the background for Sav Rocker coming off. And don't forget the highlights from all 8 games tonight from 7:30 on the Winners. $13 points, the Kangaroos lead. And flying over some injured stars, the likes of Franco and Primus travelling with Port.
Got a couple of players that definitely need to get some footy, Port Adelaide. Stuart Jew in particular, just not hasn't got near it yet.
Simpson releases it wide for Stevens, who's already been rotated off the bench this quarter. Kicks inside 50. Getting back Wakeland. Hale with the tackle. Cochrane. Polton. Chips it very wide. Just landing in the field of play.
You talked about a couple of their key players there, Primus and Franku. Such is their the majority of their senior players out of their midfield unit missing for Port Adelaide at the moment. Centre clearances at the moment favour the Kangaroos 5-1. You can't afford to give first clean possession out of the centre square against an opposition.
Brogan in front. Anthony Stevens for Simpson. Buffeted by Brogan, who fires out a bullet of a handball to Salopek. Keeps the pass low towards Sean Burgoyne. Sinclair pursuing him, as his makepiece. Burgoyne gets a grip on it now and is tripped up.
That was the right call from the umpire, and Burgoyne just showed his great athleticism. He was just centimetres away from breaking away. Look, there he is. And it was only the last clip of the heel that got him down.
Sean Burgoyne getting up close with the fans here at the Telstra Dome. Let's hope they stay on the right side of the fence today.
He's just a natural talent, this bloke. He'll go back. He's just as likely to kick this, even despite the angle.
Game number 50 for Sean Burgoyne. Port Adelaide through and through, coming up via the SANFL ranks. This is as tight as an angle as they get from 50. And it's across the face for a boundary throw-in.
And this ground is treacherous. The top couple of inches must be really soft, because he actually slipped on that kick, and saw a couple of players on Friday night just slipping over just from the kicking action.
Straight at it!
Deep in attack, Port. Motlop over the top, winning it down. Not out of the woods yet, though. Archer. Tackle him at your own peril. Porter bangs it away. Port with numbers in the air and on the ground. Brogan.
Haley, back 10 metres, Haley!
Now, Wakeland is short. Schofield will fire it at him. Motlop over the top. Wakeland trying to get it back to Brogan. Not exactly pretty at the moment. Kane Corns. Will it stay in? It will. Good kick. Wakeland's got it.
Adam, right on it, Adam!
Centering ball. Loose man. Cochrane's got it. Ken loaded up. Goes for home from 50. Out to the right. And it carries through for one behind. Kicked by Stuart Cochrane, the former Kangaroo 50-game player.
A little bit lucky there. Stewie Cochrane could have made the Kangaroos players that had decided to zone off. They went down the channel. They left an open space laterally inboard. Adam Simpson was his direct opponent.
One-on-one on the outer wing. Lee Brown, Warren Treadray, two number 16s. Treadray putting the tackle on. Brown creatively getting it to Petrie. Now Anthony Stevens. Targets Grant, puts it over his head. Harvey, though, is lurking. Gee, good desperation by Jared Polton, having a quarter. Chad Corns for Cassisi. Oh, Simpson was there, lurking. Danger. Shannon Grant lays it off. Harvey, Boomer would love this. He's got it. Kangaroos out by 3 goals with a minute remaining in the opening term.
And Brent Harvey is very much one of the rhythm players in this side. When he's firing, so too are the Kangaroos. He's had 7 touches. He's kicked a goal. And he really has got back to his work rate that, I guess, underpins any good performance he puts in.
Already 7 possessions for Brent Harvey in the opening term. Shannon Grant trying to get involved in his milestone game. And drawing in some breath now. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the term. Dean Laidley would be very happy with the situation. A 3-goal lead.
Port Adelaide starting with the 7-man forward line.
Bounce askew. Favoured Porter. Oh, the big man backs himself. High one inside 50. Harding in front. Hale and Wakeland now. Petrie putting the tackle on. Was it high? No. Polton. Chad Corns has to clear the danger zone. Wilson running onto it. Schofield likewise. They work together. Motlop, those got Wilson. That was clever. Archer, though, getting there first. Salopek got him. Good tackle. Half a minute to go. Stevens to half forward, all Port. And they'll have one final chance to try and sweep it forward.
We've got a couple of players loose on the other side of the ground, the City side.
Bishop goes to centre half back. White with his first touch. Corns, you can hear the Port player screaming for it. Salopek, Kane Corns, 10 seconds, got time, streeting through the midfield, 2 bounces, runs to 50, blazes away. Treadray, they need you now. Lee Brown
has been on fire. The second mark going back with a fly to the ball. Great to see Stephen Salopek demanding the possession, and Corns just had to give it to him up the middle of the ground. Good start by the Kangaroos, but Port Adelaide, when they looked as if they could be facing maybe a 5 or 6 goal deficit, as we see so often on this game, on this ground, have stabilised pretty well.
They have, Jared. They've got themselves back into the game. But look, Lee Brown, a late bloomer, and I really think that he's stepped his game up this year, has played a number of roles. With courage like that, it certainly sends a good message to you rest of your teammates.
Roos by 3 goals at quarter time. Thanks for that, Tiff. Yes, just 28 fit players for Port Adelaide. Let's listen into...
Yeah, but if you take it out of the ruck... No, well, see, I said it was pinned. Like he's taking, but if it's an offline bounce, you can grab it. And it's a... You right, Simo?
Yeah, that was in reference to that one in the first quarter where the Port Adelaide player took it after the bounce, and as he was in the ruckman, the umpire called play off.
You saw those boots. I don't think Stuart Dew wears the long stops all that often. They are brand new. He's yet to have a kick today. We're going to see the boots make their debut.
Brogan and Port are the ruckman. Port off to the right of screen. Peter Burgoyne will get it eventually. Oh, look at him weave his way through traffic. Fantastic stuff. Brogan feeding the hand pass on. Port with a little bit of rain coming out. Rolling. Well, tackle didn't stick on James. And now it will go to Port Adelaide, and the Kangaroo fans fume. Glenn Archer offering his word of advice for Justin Schmidt.
Here it is here. Yours. Rod, yours.
So James with the ball right half forward, 50 metres out.
No. Oh, well, that one well fought.
Another look. Tackle didn't stick. That was the call from umpire Justin Schmidt.
I agree. If there's a free there, we'll pay it. All right, well, look.
Will this be the perfect start to the second quarter for the visitors? Roger James for his first goal of the season.
For what? For what?
Well, he's copping a fair spray, the umpire, from a few of the senior members. I think David King just summing up the number of goals that have come from free kicks to Port Adelaide. There's 2, I think. One probably wasn't there, but this one certainly was. I think the umpire's right. None of the tackles actually did stick. And a good finish by Roger James.
Perfect start to the second quarter. Port enjoying this man back in the lineup, given their injuries. 6 All-Australian players couldn't be considered today by way of injury, and another in a form of best and fairest by way of Adam Kingsley.
Powell just starting a loose man there. It's Jared Polton with Dominic Cassisi. Just trying to make sure that they have some numbers down there for support of their backman when the Kangaroos go forward.
Brogan getting it down. Yeah. Kane Corns forcing it on. High hospital kick inside 50. Oh, but nearly, not quite. Archer for Harvey.
Yeah!
Delivers towards Corey Jones. Skittles right through him. Stuart Dew following up. Keep your feet, Stuart. He does. High one to half forward. Brogan's behind. In fact, Thurston's Archer, man in front. Got it on. Harvey. Makepeace gone. Well, got rid of it. According to the umpire, Cochrane hurries a kick forward. Coleman has paid the mark.
Right on there, Warren.
This will be interesting from this side, because from our side it didn't look like he held it, but from that side it did. It stuck.
Colbert finds King. Delivers wide. And Rocker sees it over for a boundary throw-in.
He's come back from some serious injuries, Lee Colbert, and he has total disregard for his well-being when he's out in the football field. That's just terrific. Courageous football from Lee Colbert.
Oh, up, Rice.
Matched up against Brendan Lade for the time being. Kangaroos by a couple of goals. Kane Corns in a wrestle with Grant. Quick hands Cochrane, stolen by Stevens. Goes deep. Harding and Bishop. Bishop. Good spoil. Petrie. Jones on the right. Hooks it at goal. Missing to the near side.
Just Shannon Grant hasn't had a good start to the afternoon. He's getting reasonably well tagged by Kane Corns. A couple of options that he might think about. He's going and tagging one of the key playmakers for Port, or putting himself loose in defence for the Kangaroos, having some play or involvement.
Dew went down the middle. Cochrane was pushed off it by Petrie. Peter Burgoyne in to, well, not only apply the tackle, but somehow try and extricate the football. He can't. We'll have another bounce.
And Jared Schofield got plenty of it in the first quarter. Michael Stevens has been asked to wear him like the proverbial glove, I imagine.
And there's Kane Corns on Shannon Grant, one of the,
speaking of gloves,
leading run with players in the AFL now. Here's Roger James. Handball partially deflected, has enough to reach the wing, and Wilson's got Peter Burgoyne. Port Adelaide can go now. Burgoyne under pressure, ducks out of the tackle, back for James. Good kick wide. Wilson, will he go for home? 45 out, loads it up and drills it. What a goal! He's second for the season and they're right back in it now, although an injury concern for Peter Burgoyne.
Yeah, he looked a bit proppy when he was under pressure, just at the embryonic stages of this goal. But what a player, Michael Wilson. He's had his injury problems, bad injuries too, and he's still fought back and is still producing top quality football. Nice little chip kick over the top. And what was good about it is he had a look, but then he decided to take the responsibility in a fair shot.
Burgoyne wants to try and stay out there and run it out. Let's have another look. And, well, just a slight jarring of the ankle. Let's hope it's no more. He might have to come off. Well, he will have to come off looking at him. Boy, what they don't want is another injury to another key player. 7 points the margin, though. Port with a bit of momentum. And Brogan caught, got the hand pass away, was slung late by Michael Stevens.
Slung him right to the ground. We've handballed it here. Here it is.
Brogan's got the kick.
Straight back to Dean.
Peter Burgoyne limping off. Kane Corns popping it up. Treadray in a pack. Where are the Crummers? Archer. Thurston Sinclair barrels him. We'll have a bounce.
Straight up, straight up. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We'll get Tiff to bring us a report in a moment on Peter Burgoyne. Kangaroos Archer. Just banging it away. Simpson found a little bit of space. Jones under pressure. Polton having a good game. Schofield there. Polton following up. Knocks it out wide. Jones. Here's Harvey. Good soccer. Shannon Grant. Shrugged the tag. Advantage play on following that whistle. King's got Harvey. Harvey away. Goal square unguarded. Keeps it low. Will it bounce through? No. One behind as we head to Tiff.
Peter Burgoyne in a fair bit of pain. His left buttock just on the above the hip there. He's got a fair bit of pain there. The medicos are just assessing it now.
If that's allowed to cool down, Jared, you wouldn't expect him to come back out on the ground, would you?
No, it's a corky of he'd be better off just getting up and running if he possibly could, or get on the bike and just keep it free and keep it moving. Kangaroo fans not happy at the moment.
Port Adelaide went it through Wilson. Port fans might have been screaming for advantage as well. Been a couple of contentious ones in this match. Listen to the crowd. Getting stuck into the men in orange as Port go forward. Long ball, Cochrane to the hot spot. Oh, look at that leap. Marnie Flo, Port free kick. Oh, it should be a certain goal.
Well, they won't have much to complain there, Clinton. I think that was blatantly obvious. Lee Colbert just got caught out of position, trying to get back and give some help to Shannon Watt.
Another look. Colbert banged into Treadray. No eyes for the football. And Treadray should kick his first goal and make it a 2-point game. Free kick count running 8-3 in favour of the visitors as Warren Treadray misses to the right-hand side. Can you believe that? Goodness gracious.
Well, there's that free kick against Anthony Stevens. harshly done by it, and that's a better attempt at what Lee Colbert was trying to do himself up the other end of the ground.
Well, what a story unfolding here as the Kangaroos bring it into Watt in the back pocket. Targets Harris over his head, well read by Lay, just waited back, saw it coming. Now Schofield drives it inside 50, ill-directed, and Colbert dives and takes the mark.
And there's Peter Burgoyne. He's only got one option, and that's just to keep moving.
Archer for Harvey. The old firm hooking up. Now Rocker.
They can't blast away because Brogan's just sitting free in the goal square. It's a good decision.
Goes to the pocket. Bishop knocked it away from Harding. Port with numbers here. Dew. Wilson needs to try and reach Ebert and keep it in play. He can't.
Stuart Deuce is labouring, Wayne, isn't he? He's just not in the flow at the moment.
I think that he's just battling away with his own match fitness at the moment, Jared. So, look, he needs to find a bit of the ball, but perhaps I think his value is up forward.
David King invited to play on. High one to the hot spot, hoping for a mark over the top. Chad Corns, good spoil. Kangaroos deep in attack, leading by 7 points.
Peter Burgoyne, we're told, has gone down to the rooms.
Well, the one club that doesn't want to have any more injuries, getting it. Kangaroos making a change with Harding, who's been well held by Bishop, coming off and Wells on. Rocker getting it down. Harvey. The running banana from the boundary line misses to the near side. 1 goal to his return. Kangaroos with 3 behinds this quarter.
Well, they had been persisting with Lee Harding as their focal forward playing out of the goal square. I think Sav Rocker, get him in the goal square and get a crumbing player like Lee Harding or a Daniel Wells to stay around his feet, stay down if there's a crumb, swoop on it, but get it into big Sav Rocker with a big body. He's already kicked one in the first. He's your best option up forward.
Oh, Dew's woes continuing.
He just doesn't look... Seriously, I reckon he's got problems with those boots. I've been watching him work, and he's been on tenterhooks.
Wells in from the side. Dew with the timely fist, just as the Kangaroos were looking dangerous.
He looks like he's running on cut glass, Clinton. He's just... They look brand new, as if he hasn't worn them in.
And if you're not used to wearing screw-ins, they're very, very uncomfortable.
Well, he continues to bomb it long. Wakeman unable to mark. Brogan. Now James. Tight for room there. Bounces in space. This is Marnie, the former Bulldog. Over for a boundary throw in on the outer wing. Harvey, the leading ball winner on the ground. After that, it's Port players. Wilson, Polton, Cochrane and James. Kangaroos by 9 points as Rocker gets it down to Simpson. And Brogan got Rocker late. That pleases the hometown crowd as Rocker now will go towards Porter, who's making big yards to get to centre half forward. Oh, collision course with Waitland. Courage required there. Ball in the middle now up for grabs. King tied up. Tunnel ball style flicked it out. Rawlings brought down. Thurston's with the tackle. Will have a bounce in the middle.
And Daniel Wells looks like he's on red alert. He knows he's lucky to be back in the side. That's fantastic stuff. That's kamikaze stuff. Just reflective of the mission that Port, that North Melbourne appear to be on. But if you're on Daniel Wells, look out, he's on fire.
And there he is setting up Simpson. He couldn't get it to King though because bodies flying everywhere. Stuart Dew making his way through. Wells is now done. It's a hot footy right now. There's some pretty intense tackling there in the clinches. And we'll have another bounce.
Good contest. Thanks, Dave.
Daniel Wells.
I think we're going to see some excitement in the next 10 minutes. If we go that long, 11 minutes.
That man's excited. Tackles in the second quarter. Port putting the pressure on 8-3. Brogan getting it down. James about to be caught. Gets a kick along the line, hoping for the boundary and finds it, gains 30 metres. Oh, it's a tight contest now. Kangaroos 3 wins and 4 losses, their season record. Playing the informed Demons next week. Port hosting a Tigers team back in town next week. This was a must-win game for these two. Brogan. Now some more pressure being applied. Brad Symes is in there, the first gamer.
Thanks, Josh.
Josh Marnie handing the footy back.
Both sides still playing with a loose man. You've got Darryl Wakeland in defence for Port.
He kicked it.
And David Hale is just lurking in the centre, exact centre of the ground.
Harris. Bounce.
Pin line.
When it's tight like this, I just think that both sides are fumbling at the critical area. When there's a fair amount of pressure, if you can be clean with your hands around the ball, dish it off to somebody by hand or foot, before you know it, the game starts to open up and you get some opportunities going forward.
And there's Hale just by himself. And good work by Sean Burgoyne, just getting halfway between his man and the loose man there, David Hale.
Arms up! Arms up! Straight at it!
Port's attacking side of the centre. James.
Knock it out!
Grant.
Knock it out! It's out!
It's going nowhere at the moment.
Right now. Ball came out.
Kangaroos with just 4 behinds in this second quarter. Port have kicked 2 goals, 1. And that one, near inexplicable miss from Warren Treadray that you'd expect him to kick normally.
They must have an extra man around the pack too here, Port Adelaide, because Jess Sinclair by himself in defence as well.
Now it might break open. Harris going very wide for Wells. He's got the informed Polton on him at the moment. We'll have another boundary throw in. Kangaroos making a change with Harvey coming off the ground and Motlop, the man to replace him. How have you assessed Harvey's game, Wayne, given he had the pressure on him?
Well, he's been very important to this side. He's got himself 13 possessions. He only had 10 last week against Brisbane, but he's certainly got himself off to a good start.
James is seeing plenty of it for Port. That's a good ball for Sean Burgoyne. Kane Corns trying to break the lines for them now. They're building momentum. Wilson's got it. Treadray wanted it long. Wilson elects to go wide. Kasisi too far out to score. Looks up. Crowded forward zone. Might have to bomb it long. And will do that to the hot spot. Wakeland charging out of defence. Oh, cannons into Shannon Grant and gives away a free. Advantage play on Colbert. Cognizant of the whistle, finds Stevens.
And Jess Sinclair will look up and have to really work hard to find a target. He does well.
King. They've got an open forward line with everyone having gone back to Port. King goes long. Rocker. And Sav can kick this. We'll have to fire it from 50.
I don't know if we can see that on camera, but Adam Simpson there was leading towards true centre-half forward position and must have got in the eye line of David King and just pointed, get it to the hot spot. We've got a one-out competition out there between Sav Rocker and Dean Brogan, who'd pushed back trying to get a loose man behind the play. That's the importance of a quick kick, long, direct, inside your forward 50. Your forward's in front, gives himself an opportunity. That's just terrific play by the Kangaroos.
As Rocker prepares his launch sequence, we'll go down with Tiff.
Mark Porter, some problems there. He's split the webbing in his hand. He's just receiving some stitches now and still no sign of Peter Burgoyne.
Kangaroos without a goal this quarter. We've been playing nearly 17 minutes. The ball, though, in the hands of a giant as Burgoyne returns, and that is a gladdening sign for Port supporters. Rocker to extend the lead to 15 points for his second, a typically thumping kick for a goal. Fox Footy Sunday, hope you're enjoying it. Fox Footy Active, you can put yourself in the director's chair as Sav takes a break.
It's a modern phenomenon. You kick a goal, you come off the ground. Wouldn't have happened in any of the other 90-odd years that the game's been played, but in this last decade or so, you kick a goal, you can go to the bench just like anybody.
You would never have come off?
Oh, you'd be disappointed if it came off years ago.
Rocker with 2. The Roos by 15 points. Lade and Hale. Lade convincingly. James, long one inside 50. Archer. Well, that travelled about 30 on the fist. Good use of the body by Rawlings. Sets up Makepeace. Kicks to the wing. Harris. Oh, a touch of magic from the young man, the 21-year-old. Delivers to Shannon Grant.
We're seeing two very different styles here. The Kangaroos have been able to just get a very open forward line.
Harris kept on running. Wakelin, though, was there to spoil.
And at the other end, Wayne, it's been very crowded. Each time that the Port Adelaide have got the ball forward to the centre, they just look up and Treadray's crowded, Brogan is crowded. And they're not being able to give them the space.
Oh, an ugly-looking ruck contest there. So it's a good time for the Rovers. Harvey with a centering kick, giving Petrie a chance. He's got several to beat. He keeps his footing. He steadies, lines them up, goes for goal, misses. 2 goals, 1 for Drew Petrie.
Well, the key word there, Clinton, in that sentence was he kept his feet. It was a good kick, centering kick by Brent Harvey. He was outnumbered 2-1, but he stayed in the contest. As Daniel Harris comes off, I think he was cleaned up in that contest with Wakelin, that marking contest.
Salopek's run from the bench, and he's ended up picking up, well, half a possession.
Port have got to get some semblance of structure from their kick-ins. It's costing them. It might cost them dearly here. Wills chips it up to the pocket. A little bit too much. Carrier Harvey with a party trick. Now watch him here, because you know that he can do anything in a hurry. And he's liable to have a shot, pass it off, or run around now. The umpire's blown time off.
Liable to have a shot.
He's getting good advice from one of the best, David King, who will not give it off.
He's under 5'9" in the old. That means he's a rover. You'd be like getting a wisdom tooth extracted. He's done it.
Oh, there you go. Harding now with a shot at goal. A man not entirely renowned for his accuracy, Lee Harding, with an important kick here.
That was the equivalent of Kevin Bartlett handballing.
That was the one. That's the one to be archived
That's
for Brent
right,
Harvey, because you won't see too many more.
Guys, Daniel Harris just indicating a left corky to his hip as well, same as Peter Burgoyne.
That's it right there.
Well, to make this worthwhile for the archives, he has got to go back and kick this one, Harding.
Third game for the season, just the 1 goal.
Otherwise, Brent Harvey will never, ever consider it again.
Gee, it's a deliberate approach, isn't it? And it's a shocking result. Petrie, though, somehow conjures something out of nothing. King wants it in the goal square. He's got it! Did it go 15? Yes, it did.
That was brilliant play. The equivalent of the alley-oop in basketball. And I thought Kingy was going to go out of the air with that one, but it was just a little bit too high, and they deserved this goal.
Bang! All of a sudden, it's 22 points the difference.
And I'll tell you what we didn't see on camera. Lee Harding was calling for the ball again from Drew Petrie. He'd already had one crack. He wanted another one. But as you called it, Jared, it was a terrific piece of play by Drew Petrie. And also David King timed his run well, got in there at the right time, hadn't gone past the ball.
Seven, 6 plays 4-2. And David King, well, he loves a goal, doesn't he?
He did. He almost fumbled it, looked on the line, which would have been a further little nuance in that chapter.
Kangaroos with the last 2 after Port started this quarter with the first 2 goals. Dew, Cochrane, Sean Burgoyne has room, stops, about to be caught. Wells quick, just couldn't quite hang on. Laid now from 55, elects to go short. Treadray caught behind, he kept his feet. Oh, what a handball to Ebert. Brilliant. Hurried kick though is wide, too wide, out on the full.
I think some of the Port Adelaide players, there's so much focus on getting the ball to Warren Treadray. That's making the Kangaroos defenders' jobs a little bit easier. They know that that's where they're going to go under pressure. There's got to be some direction, whether that be from Warren Treadray or some of the other forward players for Port. They've got to start making themselves available for target, because the job is made easier with their delivery to Treadray all the time.
Colbert, long ball to Anthony Stevens, who takes a pack mark. Half back out of side. We're in time on of quarter number 2. Stevens taking some time with Harris back on the ground for the Roos, going short. Petrie takes the mark. Now Wells is just floating down our broadcast side by himself. He won't get it though. Gee, and I reckon Dominic Cassisi is right now thinking I should have tried to mark that as Peter Burgoyne retakes his seat.
Peter Burgoyne indicating just then to the medicos he's fine to come back on.
Well, that is good news.
Daniel Harris has now got cane corns. So Shannon Grant's been released.
Laid for Polton. Schofield. Bishop. Polton again. Kangaroos are there every step of the way. Holding the ball.
And currently Shannon just getting a rub on the hamstrings down in front of us. I wonder if they'll just go straight back to that matchup when he goes back on.
Polton continues to plead his case with Sean Ryan. Gets no joy. Motlop goes to Wells. Too far out to goal. Harvey pleading for it. Jones calling for it.
Can kick torpedoes from this spot. We've seen it once before this year.
King's back in the goal square. Will he load it up?
Won the game against Carlton with a bomb from a similar spot.
19-year-old originally out of WA delivers to King, who dives and takes a wonderful mark in the pocket.
Well, this just hasn't worked for Port Adelaide. Stuart Dew is getting chopped up down there. King had his measure in the first quarter, and now at the other end, well, the same end of the ground, but in the Kangaroos forward line this time, King has become a very dangerous player.
Already with one goal this quarter, David King elects to go backwards and taking the mark. Shannon Watt, who's travelled all the way down from the back line. A man who's kicked just 4 goals in his AFL career, which began 6 years ago. Hence our hesitation to call his name there. Surprised to see him, Wayne, floating forward. But with only 4 players in the Kangaroos, in the Port attacking half of the ground, it's probably not such a great surprise. His kick won't carry the journey here. Port should concede a behind eventually. Harris breaking tackles and having a wonderful goal. You'll see that tonight on the Winners here on Fox Footy. Kangaroos 8-6, Port 4-2. It's breaking open now.
He's one of those players, Daniel Harris, that has been in the system for a few years now, perhaps through lack of opportunity with players like Harvey, Simpson and Stevens playing on the ball. He's now starting to get a good opportunity on the ball. He's not one with a lot of leg speed, but I'll tell you what he has got. He's aggressive at the ball, and that creates an opportunity. Well done, Daniel Harris.
Peter Burgoyne's back. And Port needs something. It's getting dangerous now. 28 points the difference. 3 minutes from half-time. A goal either way here. Absolutely crucial. Who'll get the centre clearance? Looks like being the Kangaroos. Hot potato stuff again. Stevens for Wells for Makepeace. Has to go short. Good kick. Now, Simpson. Oh, loose man Motlop. He's had some territory today. Invited to play on. Cochrane eventually runs at him, as does Sean Burgoyne. Motlop going himself. Still going Motlop. Closes to 55. Goes long to the goal square. It's a free kick. Yes, it's a push. Port Adelaide now needs someone on the counterpunch. Lane. Sweeping handball for Wilson. Room down the city wing. Long to half forward. Good kick. Taking the mark, the first gamer is White, and he goes long and direct, gives the forwards a chance. Brogan drops what he'd normally take, then loses his footing, but might win it back. Good battle with Lee Brown. Will have a bounce.
Wasn't a bad moment to lose your footing, Clinton. You had Glenn Archer coming the other way, the freight train. Could have made a mess of the big ruckman with number 20 on his back. But look, Jared, I just wonder whether or not it might be time for Chad Corns to move forward and give them a target up there and help out Warren Tredrea, perhaps.
Guys, Mark Porter's just getting ready to come back onto the ground.
Well, it'll be worth considering, but Drew Petrie is also so dangerous. They've got to keep him in check. I think the issue's been really just how slow they've got the ball into their forward line. That was the first time I think one of their key forwards has been given an opportunity, one out, and on that occasion Brogan dropped a chest mark. But they've just been flat and just overcooking it a bit through the middle.
Motlop, the head out. Simpson can't control it. Boundary throw in. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining from half-time. Kangaroos would be happy to run it down to the main break here after they were tested early. 28 points to the good, nearing half-time. Final minute, Lade getting it down.
No 15, play on.
Wilson's little kick to be taken by King.
Big quarter.
Up to the wing, and in parlance, north of the Murray finds touch. (54 plays 26 Kangaroos, having lost 4 matches in a row. Trying to steady this season. Laid clever. Brilliant, in fact, for Kane Corns. And Treadray charging out. Will he go back and have a shot? Loose man on top of the square is White. Oh, play on the call!
Oh, boy! That is robbery.
They're filthy about that. The first gamer deprived.
That was a shocking decision. Oh, you can't believe that. Not to worry.
Wow. Boundary throw in. Short one. Wells. Oh, wouldn't this be a backbreaker if the Kangaroos sweep it forward? Wells is quick. Bounced it too far there. Defers the pressure to Petrie. Wells still going. Not a good handball. Bishop. Now Port have got 20 seconds. Peter Burgoyne goes very wide. Good kick though. Hanging on to it this time is White. Down to 12 seconds though. Got to kick long. Treadray, you've got to take a mark here. Has a couple to beat. What good spoil. Wilson lurking. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. White gets the kick away. It's not straight though. And that's half time. Well, what a fairly dramatic end to the opening half. And the key thing is the Kangaroos a double Port score. 8-6 plays 4-3.
They've got the strike power, though, to get back into this. If the Kangaroos can keep up their work rate, it's going to be difficult for Port. But rest assured, with the likes of Treadray up there, they're still well in this match.
Margin is 27 points. The Kangaroos in front. Port with some work to do. We'll come back and talk more about it here at the Telstra Dome. Second half about to begin here at the Telstra Dome. The Kangaroos 8-6, Port Adelaide 4-3. Our scoreline, Petrie and Rocker each with 2 for the Roos, all singles. Elsewhere, Kangaroos 9-1 lifetime against Port Adelaide, although Port did win last start. They're only meeting round 8 last year at Amy Stadium by 9 goals. Warren Treadray, 30 goals for the season. Goalless so far this afternoon. Surely, Wayne, it's just a matter of time.
Well, you'd certainly like to think so, but a move there that Gerard certainly wanted was Brendan Lade up forward for the Port Adelaide side. But look, perhaps a better idea for their setup at the moment. They're very clustered around the goal square. They need to get some space between the opponents of the Kangaroos, because otherwise they're making their job somewhat easier when the ball goes inside forward 50 for Port.
Third quarter underway. Roos to the right of screen. Brogan and Port to the left. Simpson tied up. We'll check in downstairs with Tim.
Straight up.
I can just tell you then, I spoke to Matthew Primus. He actually had his hand in a cast, and I said what was wrong, and he said that he had surgery on his right thumb and also the right hand as well for Matty Porter. He had 3 stitches in that. Otherwise, everyone else is fine. Peter Burgoyne, no worries.
James under some pressure. We'll have another bounce.
Didn't dive on it.
Hit-outs in the first half, going Port Adelaide's way 19-10, but the clearances, as we mentioned, favoured by the Kangaroos. Good to see Peter Burgoyne back. Now that bounces straight. You got a hand to it, and King is KO. And that was a free kick, which nobody could argue with. Now
Once again,
Sinclair's running forward. On the end of it, a bounce. 45 out. Jess Sinclair loads it up. Drives it home.
And once again, a run from defence that has set up the Kangaroos. And you just get the feeling that Port Adelaide just not sharp enough. I mean, they've gone to half-time. They had the big team meeting just prior to the second half bounce, but players just not sharp. And Jess Sinclair just shouldn't be able to be that far clear. And a great finish too at the Coventry end of the ground.
Yeah, Nuts would have liked it.
Rightio, here we go, guys.
Kangaroos with the last 4 goals of the match. 33 points the lead, as we spoke about at half-time. Teams that have given up big starts this weekend have got close but haven't been able to get back. And Rawlings has the proverbial panic. delivers to the pocket. Motlop on the lead in front of Sean Burgoyne. He'll line it up for another one.
Well, I think Jared mentioned it in the second quarter, the difference between the two sides. There's room to move for the forwards. There's multiple options. You could have gone to Sam Rocker there, but Daniel Motlop led to the pocket. Good delivery and a quick delivery from a good centre clearance through Brent Harvey and Brady Rawlings.
Motlop's been a straight shooter this year. 16 goals, 6 now. All of a sudden, the lead is 39 points.
Brilliant start by the Kangaroos. Dean Laidlaw will be absolutely delighted with the way they're getting it from the centre and getting it in quickly.
Warren Treadray has now left his post at centre half forward and is moving down to the back line for Port.
When you see that happening, whether it's with David Neitz at Melbourne or elsewhere, you worry. Wanganeen watching on, his team in a tailspin. 39 points down. Treadray forced to the back line. Might see the footy here because the Kangaroos have been winning the clearances. Porter, Simpson caught. Just a wave of Kangaroo jumpers. King loves a run. 2 bounces. Long ball, Rocker. Dragged down by Wakeland. Polton under pressure. Chad Corns ditto. Sean Burgoyne slaps it on. Cochrane, Polton. Now they're a chance. Peter Burgoyne. On a bounce. Runs into trouble. Bereft of options. Sends it straight to the Kangaroo skipper. Now the Roos with numbers and time. Michael Stevens for Colbert. For Harvey.
Not up yet, play on!
They're captivating now. Rawlings. Back for Harvey. No pressure on them here.
Mate!
Goes short. Rocker would have to kick it 60.
And could do it too. The way he's travelling, he's going to long bomb it.
Gives it everything. Big Sav carrying all the way towards Treadray. Now, is that a free kick to Treadray? No. Motlop gave him what was deemed a subtle enough nudge. Behind the end result, and the margin is 40.
5 metres. You to be out? That's it.
Bishop to bring it back into play. Close to the kick-off line. Targets Brogan. Good mark. Needs support, though.
Hey, Sam,
Former
you're up there.
NBL basketballer waits. And will wait.
High contact. Your kick.
Rawlings wins the free against Peter Burgoyne. Another look. Just out of camera range as the Kangaroos work it back to Rocker, and now maybe a set shot from 55 will be more to his liking.
That's it here.
Nothing more than frustration there by Peter Burgoyne. You've got to give credit to Brady Rawlings. He's done a reasonably good job, and that's a nothing free kick, really. And Big Sav has a chance to make Peter Burgoyne pay the ultimate price here.
You say nothing free kick, but nonetheless the umpire had to pay it.
Oh,
Contact
look,
to
it's
the
a
face.
correct call,
Yeah.
but really in the context of a free kick, it's very, very disappointing to give away a soft free kick like that.
Rocker for his third. Close. Across the face or behind. 2 goals, 2 to hardly any inside 50s in this third quarter.
Daniel, not 1 more metre.
Well,
Daniel, 2
the
metres.
formula was to win some ball out of the centre to give the Port Adelaide's forwards a chance to kick a score. Well, right now they've just had nothing
Shannon, thank you.
at all resembling a forward thrust. Port Adelaide, and they are just like playing almost just to get rid of this match. It's just flat. There's no purpose about their run.
Treadray now attacking side of the wing.
You.
Penetrating kick towards Lade. Colbert reading it better.
Let him go now. Let him go. Easy. No closer. Clear it out.
And
behind.
takes the relieving mark. Archer will go wide for Sinclair.
Not off.
Will go short for King. Now
Wait. Now
has to
that's the
wait a
mark.
moment.
Play on.
Goes back to the centre corridor for Colbert.
Mark Williams at the start of the match was asked about their great record here, and he said that they got belted by Essendon in their opening round, and perhaps one of the reasons for their good performance was that they didn't want to revisit that sort of form. They're only 6 goals down and a bit more, but the signs are just horrible at the moment.
Yep. Look at this. Not a body being laid as Lee Brown. Now Cochrane closing. Brown forced to kick hurriedly, and Port have it covered down back with Brogan.
Good chase by Stewie Cochrane there. Just got a hand onto Lee Brown, forcing the turnover.
Sean Burgoyne. Kane Corns. Now Bishop. Where will he go? Looking up. Needs someone to provide something. He's got to carry it a long way. Just bombs it. Kangaroos have got a loose man back there. Treadray did well to use the fist. Watt. Quick handball to Harris for Sinclair, and the field opens up for him. Elects to go to Makepeace. Marks can play on. No. Will go himself on the left from 50. He's hooked it. Kangaroos should be making them pay here.
Well, Troy Makepeace is playing across the half-back line. Jess Sinclair is playing across the half-back line, and both have had genuine shots at goal in the last 5 minutes.
Thanks, mate.
10-9, 4-3. Margin 7 straight kicks.
Play on.
Bishop over the top for Pulp. Towards the wing. Brogan and Simpson. Good spoil by the skipper, and Archer runs it out.
Nothing there, team.
Then Brogan with some advice for umpire Schmidt.
Arms up, straight at it.
He'll now contest with Porter.
Gee, that's a free kick, surely.
Looked ugly. Harris. Dinky little chip across towards Jones. Bolton handled just a fraction behind Chad Corns. Petrie for Harris. Will it be costly? Grant under pressure. Corey Jones. Can he gather it? Yes. Harvey, open goal. Boomer. Another one. It's an avalanche. And the lead is 8 goals.
Well, he was the beneficiary there, Brett Harvey, of some terrific play by Corey Jones. Was involved in the marking contest in the centre square. There you have it on screen. The most pleasing thing about that is Corey Jones, quick to his feet, kept moving. So often you see forwards make one attempt or have one attempt on marking or being involved in the contest. Push forward. Brett Harvey finished off really well, but Corey Jones, that's your goal. Well done.
Situation critical in the coach's box. Are they on the verge of losing 2 in a row? Remember the last couple of seasons losing just 4 games in the home and away season. If they lose this, they're 5-3. Cochrane chipping it wide. Good kick. Even in front of Sinclair with a mark. 8 goals behind. But we know at this ground you can kick a run of goals in a hurry. Cochrane on the left. Treadray coming out, read it well, just couldn't quite hang on. Colbert pushed off it. Treadray still going, needs support, doesn't get it. And Sinclair will run onto this and will be away. Sean Burgoyne closing, got him, good chase again, but the Kangaroos with numbers. Stevens upended by Burgoyne, just picking them off. Harris about to be caught, kicks wide, too wide, out of bounds.
Well, just busting work there by Sean Burgoyne. That would have given a few of his teammates a lead of the work rate required if they're just to minimise the damage here today. I think winning's probably beyond them, but it could be a really bad loss.
8 goals the difference. Boundary throw in. Thurston's behind. Gets it down. Cassisi for Polton. Back peddling. Now Cassisi.
Corns forward.
Here he is.
That's a mark, play on.
Peter Burgoyne. Some run. Oh, they've got that loose man back there, so they have to be precise with their entries inside 50. This is Shannon Watt tracking an awkward bouncing one. Equal to it though. Oh, what good vision. And an equally adept kick. Harris though. Gee, did he see Chad Corns coming? Gets it to Rawlings. Gets it to Harvey. Can he get it over the top to Petrie?
Well done.
He does now. Drew turns around. The onslaught continues. Petrie's got his third. The lead is 9 goals. You can talk about it tomorrow night on White Line Fever here on Fox Footy. Glenn Manton and the Bulldogs' Brad Johnson will join me from 7:30 Eastern to take your calls.
Well, this is, as you said, just an avalanche. Getting away with it here. Harris didn't quite pick it up, but the signs are there now. It's every man for himself out on the Port Adelaide side. Just have a look. If we pick up Matthew Bishop, he will not leave his man. He left him way too late, so the handball over didn't come.
Drew Petrie excited. Motlop smiling. Kangaroo fans ecstatic. Look at that. They've kicked the last 7 goals of the match. This could become embarrassing for Port. But as we told you early on, they are underdone manpower-wise with plenty of injuries. And the ball's even falling in Big Sam's lap now.
Well, it's just been a clear run from every centre bounce. Haven't got the stats in front of me, but it has just been unrestricted running from centre bounce to goal mouth.
Rocker trying to consolidate his spot in this Kangaroo side.
That closer, guys.
First game of the year. Set up 3 scores. Kicked 2 goals to himself. Porter replaced by Hale as Rocker from 50 makes it a 10-goal game. Big save. Welcome back.
Yeah, he's come back into the side after doing his dues in the Port Melbourne side, the feeder club for the Kangaroos. But if he continues along the line and what he's shown this afternoon over the next couple of weeks, Corey McKernan is no certainty to come straight back into the lineup.
I like Sav Rocket charging out of the goal square because it just straightens them up as a team, doesn't it?
The best thing about Sav is you know that he's a better than 50% chance of kicking a goal. Had to help that one round with a little bit of body lean. It always works.
And he's going to take a key defender as well. He's got Wake on at the moment. Bulldog players just taking note. Body lean will help your goal kicking. I'm sure that's in the coaching manual, Jared.
I think they've got that idea, okay, Clinton, but they're just leaning to the wrong side.
10 goals the difference here. Harvey going wide to Simpson. Play Keno at home. What will the final margin be? Because it's about to advance by either 1 or 6. The only thing is David Hale's kicked 2 goals in his life, so we're not marking it down just yet.
It is actually a unique phenomenon of football that there are 4 clubs in the competition that get the privileges of having a showdown or a derby. And you can probably throw Collingwood and Essendon in too for the Anzac Day game, but they get up so high. It is preliminary final-esque or second semi-final-esque. And what we're seeing here is partially due to the emotional letdown.
Hence the cancellation of the showdown for round 22.
Yep.
Hale. Hale him indeed. Oh, boy. Another one to talk about on the couch on Monday night. 14-9 to 4-3.
Kicked the last 8 goals, the Kangaroos, 3 before half-time. In the next 5, I've just been impressed with the positioning of the loose players in the Kangaroos' defence. But I've been a bit disappointed with the predictability of the Port Adelaide side when bringing the ball in. They've got to adjust their vision because they're hitting the targets, not their own, the Kangaroos defenders all the time.
We've been playing 15 minutes in this 3rd quarter. It's already the Kangaroos' best ever 3rd quarter against Port Adelaide in their 7 years of meetings. Port Adelaide haven't scored. The margin 11 goals. Shannon Grant sends it up to the 50. Jared Polton can hold his head up high. 17 possessions today, although having said that, he didn't see Daniel Wells lurking. He goes to the pocket, and Motlop's got the mark. Simpson replaced by Stevens for the Kangaroos. Now Daniel Motlop, already one of their goal kickers. Now he's got some room to run to his left if he so chooses. There's no one covering it.
You've got another half if you want it.
The umpire's telling you to move to his left.
Back in between there, perfect. Right in line, this is it.
Now Schofield emerging about 15 metres away to try and cover up a large run, although I still fancy he'll run around to his left. Oh, he creeps around, he creeps around, he creeps around. That's got to be play on. Come on. There he is, he calls it now. Oh, he's going to take on the man on the mark. Oh, that's dangerous. He misses.
Got some party tricks, though.
Oh, and when you're 11 goals up, why not?
Yeah, have a crack at it. I thought the boomerang there would have been a pretty basic option for Daniel, but look, this ruck is a disaster. Have a look. There's both ruckmen going up, smashing legs again.
Yep.
They don't even touch the ball until it hits the ground. It is such a farce, and the AFL have it's just, it is management by head in the sand.
The AFL will probably say, well, we can't make a decision midstream, but surely this is one where they can make a decision.
Well, they have
midstream.
to. I mean, Mick Moldhouse wrote in the paper yesterday about players taking legal action. I mean, Aussie Ostrich got away with it for years, but the AFL are putting players' careers at risk. They know it's a problem. They've trialled a variety of rules in the Wizard Cup. It's been over 5 years, this problem.
And they brought in the trial because they recognise there's a problem.
Adam Goods' career may be back playing next week, but he may also, like Michael Gardner, be out of the competition for up to 2 years.
And it might nag away at him for the remainder of his career. Inside 50s this quarter, 12-2. That's not a typing error. It's been a obliteration. Marks inside 50 this quarter, 5-0. We can keep going if you want, but we'll hold up there. Salopek, Polton, Wilson. Who will lift Port? That's the question. If anyone. Schofield. Now some run. Lade towards Chad Corns. Lee Brown though is there. So's Archer.
Here we go.
Here's Wills. Now, will he use Hale? Elects to kick long. Motlop the target. In the pocket. Got it again. Better angle this time, a little further out.
Just one of those players, Daniel Wells, you think that he's going to go for the big bomb each and every time, but he's a smart operator. He's going to be thrilling AFL crowds. Wouldn't be too many Port supporters enjoying it, but these two are a pretty dangerous combination.
Archer arrested, the reason for the applause. Motlop! Oh, what a kick that is! He's got his second. It's now a 7-0-0 third quarter here on Fox Footy. 73 points the lead.
Just want to go back to the ruck rule without labouring the point. The AFL created the problem by introducing the line across the middle of the ground. Now that's been in for some 20 years, and with the development of ruck technique, players have just all starting to jump because they're all watching the same Sam Newman videotape.
Archer just getting some treatment. He'll be okay. Motlop's been rested after his second goal. The Kangaroos' percentage is going to take a significant jump. 73 points the lead here. It's been 7-4 this quarter. Yes, we know Port's undermanned, but this is getting embarrassing. Schofield had it knocked away by Grant. Heaven help him if he starts firing. Corey Jones to half forward. Foot race. Bouncing ball. Petrie over Polton. Down to Harris. Big turning circle. Thurston's got him high. Free kick. Downfield. Advantage played. Shannon Grant shot at goal. Lining up another one.
Good play. Daniel Harris was under some pressure, but still had the awareness and the vision. He spotted his teammate Shannon Grant there, and under some very good pressure. Well, you wouldn't say good pressure because the free kick's been given away downfield, but Shannon Grant is the recipient. He hasn't had the best of afternoons. In game 200, he's only had the ball 9 times.
Well, that's a pretty good effort, though, with Kane Corns in your back pocket.
Well, he's had a few good scalps, Kane Corns.
Daniel Harris, though, that replay just showed how lucky he was to get his leg out from underneath that tackle.
And the lead is now 74 points. 7 goals, 5-0 this quarter. Another look at the rucks.
Here's another one. Look at this.
Oh.
Big knees into the guts, and then they tap the ball to no one when they hit the ground.
Guys, both Archer and Simpson having a rest. Simpson with 19 touches so far, both getting their calves rubbed.
It's sort of the sacrificial stuff, isn't it, Jared? Like the bayonet charge. Get out of the trenches, away you go.
And you'd love it to be, you know, part of the game if it wasn't costing people their careers. I mean, Luke Darcy now has got half the jump he used to have. Same with Matthew Allen. Bo McDonald is now not going to be available for Brisbane for the whole year. Michael Gardner out for the rest of the season after struggling for most of the second half of last year.
This quarter shaping up as potentially being Port's the most inept in their club history. Wells. Look at that, this is just absolutely clinical. It's 7 goals, 5-0 this quarter in 21 minutes, and they're not even getting close.
Now, the point you made a couple of minutes ago is the appropriate one, and that is who is going to lift. We understand that they're flat, we understand that they're undermanned, But this is getting to the levels where it is going to embarrass the club.
I think you can only go so far by saying that we've got injured players missing from this lineup. That's going to take you so far, but this is becoming very embarrassing for the Port Adelaide side, and it's a very good question. Where will the lift come from?
Harvey creeps around a bit, lines it up, makes the margin. 80. Points the difference. Good heavens above. They've now kicked the last 11 goals, and Port with some worries. Brogan, well, that's another crippling blow for Port.
I was a bit critical of the Kangaroos during the course of the week as some of the top 5 possession winners on the ground. A bit critical of the Kangaroos during the week on league teams. The way they've gone about their football over the last couple of weeks, I don't believe that they've worked hard enough. That has been the most important thing that I've seen on this football field this afternoon from the Kangaroos. They've been prepared to work hard for the teammates and do the simple things and do them very, very well.
This their best ever quarter against Port Adelaide in their 7 years and now 11 matches of meeting. 80 points the difference. Tiff, you awake down there?
Thank you.
I am actually.
Well, well battled.
Dean Brogan getting some taping done to his right big toe, but doesn't seem like there's much problem. I would suggest that he will come back on.
Okay. 16-11 to 4 goals 3. Jones leaping over the top. Wow. Polly Farmer, g'day. Toby Thurston's now for Schofield. He's got an opening. Can they get an entry and a mark inside 50? Got some pressure late. It was a pretty good chase there by Petrie. Loose ball, Port a chance. Kane Corns goes without it. Treadray, White, dumped. Ball held in, a bounce.
Pretty now. No prior opportunity there, guys. Ball not clear.
Enjoying the good times now. Dean Laidley, well, keep the camera on him. He may even smile. Kane Corns hurries a kick at goal and misses. And I say that in a polite way, Dean. You know him, Schwatter. He'll be enjoying this running. Dean Laidley.
I would think so. I'd like to think so. He's got reason to now, doesn't he?
Yeah, not over yet. Harvey to bring it back into play. Stabs it for Anthony Stevens.
It's called the Bible at the club now, Dean, isn't he? Hard to read.
Out wide. Diving effort from the big man, unable to hang on to it. Wakeland should acknowledge that Port score, the first for the quarter, took 24 minutes. Kane Corns.
In the back, surely.
The advantage paid. Now they can run. Treadray closing. 55 out. Runs to 50. Well, I'll say elects to centre it. Calvert takes the mark. David King has plenty of space running out of defence. Targets the middle of the ground. Wakeland, good fist. Schofield, loose man, centre half forward, good kick. And Salapak gets it on for Chad Corns, 50 out, goes long. Colbert getting back. Resolute as always.
That's it.
Where do you get one of those weeks? Hair raising.
Let's go, Kobe.
Symes on the ground. Good to see for Port. With the cause lost, play the kids.
He's there.
Colbert. Oh, he takes on Treadray. Very close to the goal line. Stevens now. Elects to bomb it long towards Michael Stevens and Schofield.
I reckon they've done that in the backyard up at Wayo a couple of times in between the sheep and the cows, the Stevens brothers.
Done a pretty good job, Schofield. Michael Stevens, since he went on to Schofield.
Some might argue the sheep and the cows will be putting up better resistance right there. Rocker keeps it low. Well, that wasn't intended for Brady Rawlings, but when it's your day, it's your day.
Brady, this is it.
Rawlings to try and add his name to the goal kickers list.
He's
They've
right.
had 9 already. Another look for my next performance.
And he's generally a pretty good shot at goal, Brady Rawlings.
You got a meter, yeah, meter.
I wonder how kick to kick would have been in the Rawlings household there. Brady would have done some running. Jade would have stayed there. 50 out. Long, out to the
He's got the
right.
opportunity to bring it in as he normally would.
And off the goalpost. One behind.
Brady did a lot of work climbing over fences. Here's the rocker mark.
Just initiated contact nice and early there, Sav. Got himself a yard.
Oh, no.
Running into trouble, Bishop. Back for Cassisi. They'll effect the switch to Wilson.
Look out.
Just gets there. Less than 2 minutes to go. A goalless quarter for Port. Trailing by 80.
It's all right.
High ball to half forward. Wells. Oh, he's just looking for the car keys. He wants to take the mark of the year. 90 seconds to go. Ashley Sampe sitting at home just saying, come on, Port, don't give Daniel a chance to fly because I want the car.
Well, most of us sat back in awe of Ashley Sampe. For Daniel Wells, it was a challenge.
Play on.
Makepeace. Harding. Out in front of Shannon Grant. Now, he'll have Cochrane to get around. Might elect to go over. On the run from 49. Game number 200. Now we can enjoy it.
Well, that's almost his trademark move. I've seen him kick those in grand finals. Seen him kick those in just about every big match he plays. He wheels around, so balanced on that left foot, and delivers. Been a very impressive 200-game career, Shannon Grant. Started with the Swans, moved down in a bold move to go to the Kangaroos, and hasn't let them down.
The view from the city side of the ground, just divine for Kangaroo fans. One big happy family right now. Look at that. 9 goals to none this quarter. The last 12 for the match. Port were within 7 points when Wilson goaled early in the second quarter. 86 the difference now with a minute remaining in the third quarter.
Went back in.
Michelangelo Rucci, how are you going to write this one up in the Adelaide Advertiser tomorrow?
Dance here. There's plenty of room,
Dean
guys.
Laidley down on the boundary line and having a chat with the medicos.
Final minute, quarter number 3. Stevens, Anthony, hurries it to centre half forward. The bounce important. It's been going the Roos' way this game. Cochrane, though, has got it this time. Floats it back for Wakeler. Half a minute on the back foot. Polk. Short. Cochrane.
Play on. Yeah.
Now Salopek under the pressure. Boys selling their teammates into trouble here. Motlop, Jones, still time for another one. Still time. Harding for full forward and Hale. Well, this may be one of the most lopsided quarters of AFL footy we've seen for many a year.
Trademark of their performance this afternoon, the Kangaroos. Pressure and tackling has been first class. David Hale, go back and reward your teammates further up the ground. Hard work.
If he kicks the goal, the net return for the quarter is 66-1.
Well done to Stuart Cochrane. A lot of his teammates just walked off the ground. He went back. And he's standing on the goal line. Now there's a couple of other fellows joining in.
This to cap a wonderful turn. He's got it. It's a 10-goal to none quarter. And this has become perhaps the most embarrassing afternoon in Port Adelaide Football Club history. And we've still got a quarter to go. Have a listen to the crowd.
The splattering of stars as other sides do. They need an even contribution, and they've got that to the nth degree this afternoon against this Port Adelaide Ute.
They lead 18-12 to 4 goals for start of the final term. What will the final margin end up at? Shannon Grant putting the body on. Port Adelaide's greatest ever losing margin came as this stadium was opened. Round 1 of 2000 against Essendon. They lost by 94 points. It's 92 now.
The good thing there, it's only early into this fourth quarter, but with the Kangaroos so far in front, they're entitled, I suppose, to rest on their laurels. But Shannon Grant in there putting pressure on the opposition, a trademark of what they've been able to do this afternoon against Port.
Porter holding on to Brogan, gives away a free kick. And Dean Brogan will try and set something up. Port's last goal 4 minutes into the second quarter. So in terms of playing time, we've gone 55 minutes without a goal. Staggering, isn't it? Motlop trying to fend off Sean Burgoyne. Handball back to Rawlings. Handball back to Archer. Now Port can look to go here. Oh, good tackle. The boot managed to get the ball just in the nick of time, but the Kangaroos are going to sweep it forward. King's kick partially smothered. Motlop getting it away. Watt, wide, Wells. Under some pressure. Near the boundary line, and it's over. You expect something here from Port Adelaide. Another look at the desperation. Port follow a creed written by Foss Williams back in the 50s, which says honourable defeat of our club can come only after human endeavour on the playing field is completely exhausted. Right now, you wonder whether or not they're following that creed. We'll have a boundary throw-in on the outer side.
Not sure there's much to wonder about on that score. Just in listening to a few of the radio broadcasts, and the locals that have travelled over here are certainly a bit agitated.
Did they offer you a meal in an AW? Finger food, of course.
No, I was more talking about the 5AA boys. They are just devastated.
Well, they have to go through Adelaide security as well. Kangaroo down. We'll keep an eye on that on the outer side of the ground. There's Port bring it out of defence. Fair degree of pain for Motlop there at the moment. Chad Corns goes short. Schofield. Now working with Bishop. Back for Schofield. It's a crowded attacking half for Port here, so if they bomb it long, it's to a contest. Kasisi forced to do that. And getting back there, Sinclair. Kangaroos had plenty of numbers there. Sinclair with quick hands, that was good, was aware, good peripheral vision, knew that there was some pressure on. Wills to Rocker on the wing. Sab's got Petrie on. Has time to let it bounce. If it gets around his man, he's just going to chip it over the top. And it's a well-weighted ball for Corey Jones. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ground, Daniel Motlop is in a lot of pain.
They've taken him straight off the ground, so he won't be back on for the remainder of the match. No hesitation there. Imagine that he'll go straight into the rooms. An ankle injury.
He just stepped on an opposition boot. There it was.
Yep. On Polton's heel. And so the day done for Daniel Motlop. Kicked a couple of goals in that third quarter. Started the match on the bench. He's kicked 17 goals for the season, so more than handy in that department.
Just jump to it, not over it. I've got it.
Corey Jones lining it up to take the margin within 2 points of 100. He's yet to kick a goal today. Until now. Fox Footy with you from the Telstra Dome on Sunday afternoon. We've got Carlton and the Western Bulldogs for you next Sunday from Optus Oval on Fox Footy Active, as we have another look at Motlop. Just that right ankle there, twisting it on the back of Jared Polton's heel. And tonight, by the way, a world first will be replaying this match in active format, so you can have a look from every angle just how it unfolded. If you're a Port fan, enjoy. A long and painful walk, but he'll hear those applause from the crowd.
That was nasty. That's probably a couple of weeks out, unfortunately, for the young man.
Salopek runs into trouble. King has dumped Sean Burgoyne. Big tackle.
No prior. Thank you.
Junior is the champ. He's the younger brother of Shannon Motlop.
The beauty about there's a free kick to Wells being just dragged off the back of that contest by Stuart Dew. Not paid. Umpires just elected to turn a blind eye to too many of these ones.
If the match ended now, it's Port Adelaide's worst ever loss in the AFL. Simpson's got Wells in space. If it was a set play, it was a beauty. Wells can go long and wide to Grant or Hale. Chooses Grant. Nearly takes a one-hander. Hale has to put the tackle on there for Bishop. Trapped near the boundary line is Wilson. Has to go backwards. Bishop short. Here's the first game of Symes. Boy, he'll remember it for the wrong reasons, right? White was there, had it knocked away by Archer. King. Cassisi. Handball over the top. Chad Corns had to wait for it. He's gone. Treadray. High one towards the goal square. Porter getting back. Brogan getting back. Here's a go for Port. Treadray to break the drought. Gets the handball off. Free kick. Play on. Oh, they'll need the second go at it. Treadray to try and snap this 14-goal Kangaroo run.
The news not too bad for Daniel Motlop. He hasn't broken it, but it is a badly sprained ankle.
Another look at Treadray winning the free kick. Were the Kangaroos unlucky not to get a free earlier for holding the ball?
Oh, I think it might have been a little bit harsh on Chad Corns if he had been deemed to be holding the ball, but still, it was a terrific effort from Drew Petrie to close the space down and lay a very good tackle.
Treadray for their first goal since the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. We're now 7 minutes into the last. Oh, he's missed it! Wake me, this is a nightmare surely, says Warren. He's kicked 2 behinds today, both set shots from within 25 metres. It is Twilight Zone stuff. Remarkable. 16,910 here to watch it. Pinching themselves. Archer to the wing for Peaches. Pushed into it by Chad Corns.
Clear it out! Warren! Clear it out!
Continues to develop this young man. He's got a long way to go, but he shows signs. He needs to work on his kicking though, Wayne, doesn't he?
Yes, and go!
Just a touch, but you're not going to hit your target from 45 metres away, Jared, when you don't get any momentum up and you kick off 1 or 2 steps.
Bishop. That's why Wayne would be a good coach. Always room for improvement. You're 97 points up. You're in the Laidley mould. You're not even smiling. Here's Adam Simpson on half-back. Has Harvey short. Has Brown running with him. Chooses the ladder. Lee Brown wants to get involved. Kicking long. Rocker. Rocker just nudged out of it. Wakeland's under some pressure. Gets away. Does well. Kicks to midfield. Wilson.
Oh, sorry. Not off. Play on.
Lays off the handball. Schofield. Towards Treadray. Petrie getting back. Oh, what a mark. Acrobatic. Harding. He's quick. Oh, good kick for Grant. Now, Makepeace has kept on running.
The beauty of this match for the Kangaroos is that they've had a lot of players out of form over the last month. Well, in the space of 1 week, they're all back.
Bring it back.
Their percentage will go from 93 into the low 100s.
And that could be the difference between a spot in 8th position or just having another frustrating finish at 9th and 10th. And vice versa for Port Adelaide.
Yep, yeah, true. Their percentage was 125, yet they're going to lose a fair chunk of that.
May determine whether they get home finals or not.
Play on.
Grant's going to centre it to a contest, perhaps a bit questionable. Chad Corns knocked it down. Porter running onto it. David King, well, if he gets half a chance, he'll have a shot. He goes for home. He pushes it out to the left. And Polton's taken a mark just in the nick of time.
And Polton's been one of probably 3 or 4 Port Adelaide guys that are going to, I guess, not suffer the wrath of the coach and the members.
Play on.
Harding and Michelangelo. And that could be even worse. Sinclair going out wide. Porter should get a shepherd here.
Play on.
Oh, he might have to handle it over the top to Michael Stevens. Maybe that was Michael's plan all along. Kicks long to the pocket. They've got numbers. They've got numbers. Petrie's kick smothered. Top of the square. Polton under pressure. Harvey, can he get both the ball? Jones likewise. No. Port's defence holding up. Kick wide just inside for Wilson. 10 minutes. Final turn. 12 to go. Wilson backing himself.
Here's another one.
Not clever. Just knocked down from Watt towards Simpson. Harding, advantage, play on.
Advantage, advantage.
Here's Wells. Elects to go wide. Harvey, thank you.
Thanks, go round.
Well, they used the fat side really well. Then the Kangaroos, Daniel Wells, the fat side being the outer side of the ground there. Could have gone directly down the middle, but that's where Port had their numbers stacked.
You'd love to be a forward with Daniel Wells streaming through the middle of the ground. His disposal is spot on.
Yeah, tap.
He found skinny Brent Harvey on the fat side of the ground.
And he's one of those players. He had a horror game last week, well tagged out of the match by Sean Hart, but he's responded well with 24 possession. He's
That's
going
it,
for goal number 4.
Well done.
To take the margin beyond 100.
Well, the margin deserves to be over 100 because it's been a lamentable performance by Port Adelaide. They'll be embarrassed by this. They've tried to lift their work rate, but they got down to such low levels that it's been impossible for them to change tack midway through the race. And the Kangaroos are always going to be hungry. They like playing here. They're well built for this very fast track.
The trend continues of players kicking goals and coming from the ground. Harvey rested after his 4th. Stevens the replacement. The Kangaroos have kicked the last 15 of the match. If you want an insight into what it's going to be like in Zimbabwe when the Australian cricket team tours, this is the sort of mismatch you might expect. It has been awful.
Not sure Zimbabwe will be this bad. I mean, I'm a great admirer of Port Adelaide's. I think that they're still only, an ounce of luck away from having a genuine crack at the flag.
Here's something else building. Wells to rock, a good spoil, Chad Corns. And he does well. He does very well if he can avoid being pinged here. And he does.
But injuries aside, they've still got a side here that should have been competitive to the point of winning, not just trying to. 4 goals and a half, that is just lamentable.
From the throw-in, Lakeland getting it down. Wells there, Sean Burgoyne caught. Look out, Salopek. Neat sidestep around Grant. Kasisi with a bounce. Oh, runs his full measure. Now Salopek chips it to half forward poorly. Again, we'll say it, they are missing 6 All-Australians, Port Adelaide, and only 28 fit players to choose from. So we'll keep it in context for you, but as Jared said, it shouldn't be like this. As Sinclair goes short for Makepeace, and he'll line up for his 2nd.
I suppose it highlights as to how bad a day it is for the Port Adelaide side when you've got 2 half-back flankers or back pocket players for the Kangaroos running through the midfield with no pressure, no opponent, and lining up for another shot at goal, Jared.
They've just had field days. The Makepeace, Sinclair half-back line.
Well, kick from just on the 50. The left footer has been hooked. Crowd groan. It's not enough, they say. Glenn Archer and Brent Harvey having a bit of a chat. Glenn Archer's testimonial, Kangaroo fans, next Saturday night. Details in the AFL record or online at the Kangaroos website. Schofield going short. Good kick.
Shannon! 2
Now
minutes,
Marnie.
Shannon! That's it there now, Drew.
Didn't get a touch in his only game earlier this season back in round 4 against Melbourne, which was his first game since the 2000 final series when he played with the Western Bulldogs. So good to see him getting his name on the possession sheet here as Wells affects the steal, goes short to the pocket. Grant's running to the goal square, but going himself and kicking one is the former skipper. Easy to tell you now who hasn't kicked a goal for the Kangaroos than who has, because they've had 12 goal kickers.
It's a good thing he kicked that goal there, Anthony Stevens, because he had the 200-game player in Shannon Grant all alone in the goal square, but there won't be too many complaints, I imagine. Good play again by Daniel Wells, not blazing away. Got it to a loose man in Anthony Stevens. Doesn't get down the forward line a great deal anymore. That's a good finish.
No, that was just one for the memory books.
He's still got it.
Rightio, here we go.
278th game. One of his best goals. They've now kicked the last 16. And might be more.
Play handball.
Simpson caught. And now Port. Sean Burgoyne for Wilson. Thumping kick to half forward. Michael Stevens, the man in front. 2 bites. Got to his feet quickly. Sinclair tied up. Here's a go for Port now. Salopek from 45. Wraps it around his body. Hallelujah! Ah, Kangaroo fans, have a heart. 16 unanswered goals. Ends as Stephen Salopek bounces it home. And there are wild cheers in the 2 or 3 homes in Adelaide that are stuck with it. Wayne's speechless. He's a talent, this kid.
He's got plenty of talent. Young Stephen Salopek. He's a tallish midfielder. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get a chest in the next couple of years, and he's going to make an impact.
104 points. Remember, their greatest losing margin is 94. So a little bit of pride on the line. Albeit very late in this match. Wells in traffic. Colbert too slow.
Holding, still dragging down.
Although Wells was being held under by Dew back in the centre. Stuart Dew's day. I know he's had several kick-outs. 1 kick, 2 handballs.
Play on.
Simpson
Maybe.
short Grant.
Right on it now. Right on the mark.
Now Harvey's about to lead into the pocket.
And Troy Makepeace is in there again. Every opportunity he's going forward.
A lot of calls to Shannon Grant. Kick it to me. High one, he goes to Hale. Big fist Thurston's over for a throw in. Patch of sunlight shining through the gap. Great day for those folks. 16,910 here. Not a great crowd, hence the reason why they've played at 6 venues, these 2 clubs. Sydney and Canberra, Optus Oval, the MCG, and obviously Amy Stadium.
Same again, straight at it.
139 plays 35. Kangaroos pressing. Chad Cornsdale's got the footy. Thumps it to a one-on-one in midfield. Sinclair behind Sean Burgoyne, who takes the mark. Handball off to Cassisi. Open forward line. Everyone running onto it. Here's a go now. Damon White, first gamer, first goal. Margin back below 100 as Damon White kicks a goal on debut. It might make the highlights of all the weekend's footy on the winners tonight if we're struggling for room.
Well, it's great to see a young bloke coming through. He will have his delight at making his debut, tempered somewhat by the result, but at least he's got a goal to go home with. He's got a big body on him, Damon White. He looks a structure that he looks a player that can fit into this structure. He's going to get bigger. But have a look at him next to Leroy Brown, who was considered a pretty big man in his own right.
Kicked 4 for North Adelaide last week. Damon White to prompt today's selection. Colbert, King, under pressure, bangs it to centre half forward, where Rawlings had the sit. Corey Jones has got the footy. Won't reach Harvey, though. Polton knew he had to get it away quick. Thurston shrugs one. Jones trapped in there, not by his making, and will have a bounce.
Let it, guys, let it up, let it up. Thanks, buddy.
And Rawlings climbing, unable to hang on. It's the year for the high mark. Kangaroos in attack. Chad Corns going wide. Wilson back to Corns. Pops it up to the wing. And courage needed and provided. White, good mark. 139 plays 41. Oh, risky ball to the centre corridor. Wells the spoil. Cassisi. Marnie ducked the head, caught high though.
Right back, play on.
Chad Corns. Roos have got the numbers. Treadray. Lee Brown. Mark not paid. Similar to White's earlier. Sean Burgoyne handballed it into Harding and then tackled him. Well, he wouldn't have been expecting it. Another bounce.
Oh, I thought just hold a little bit more. It's close, very close.
Less than 6 minutes of this ordeal remaining for Mark Williams. Centre half forward Port. Marnie's got it. Goes deep to the hot spot. Kangaroos with numbers. Treadray again has to beat a couple. In fact, White back there. Brown got the spoil. Simpson. Now Colbert just got to knock it on. Couldn't get there first. Well done, Ebert. Gets the handball away. Schofield. Cassisi. Cochrane. You have it. Schofield finds an opening. Lines it up. Kicks a goal. They've got 3 in a row.
Well, he doesn't miss too often, Jared Schofield. Gets an opportunity, generally puts it away.
And that margin has been reined in from a record-breaking 110 points down to 92. So, remembering 94, their worst ever loss.
So they're still in striking distance. It's the PB that you never want to be part of.
139 plays 47, 5 minutes to go. 92 the difference, 94 the record. They're the figures we're watching because there ain't anything else happening.
Straight up. Nice shot.
Wayne, if you had to give votes for, let's start with Port Adelaide, where would you start?
Well, I think the only man that has probably had a four-quarter impact is very hard to find. Perhaps Polton.
Let it out, Plum.
Wilson's battled hard, but there aren't too many others, Jared.
I reckon Kane Corns has had a good game. Worked pretty hard on his direct
Ducked
opponent.
in, ducked in. Ducked into it. It's all right, ducked into
And
it.
for the Roos, the opposite
Michael
problem.
Wilson. He's worked pretty hard.
So, okay, Wilson, Polton and Corns. How do you squeeze the Roos in?
Be pretty tough to separate half a dozen players. But, I think Brent Harvey's back to form. With his 4 goals, probably gets him across the line.
Grant is tied up.
No chance. Thanks, Shannon. Yep.
So you've got the 2 blokes who have just made all the running. 3 of them, actually. David King started well also. Jess Sinclair did well. And they won't have the big possessions that, say, an Adam Simpson or Daniel Harris did in the first half. But they've been super important. Jess Sinclair and Makepeace, terrific players. So was this bloke, the captain. He's had a good year.
Kicks inside 50. Port, though, to try and rebound. Cochrane, Porter and Chad Corns. As the whistle continues behind play. Polton for Marnie. Signs lurking. Marnie wanted himself, and he's barreled over by Wells. Boundary throw.
Well, we're 23 minutes into the last quarter. The Kangaroos game, they've well and truly blown away the Port side, but that's the most pleasing aspect for the performance from my point of view today. Second effort by Daniel Wells, terrific. That'll make the highlight reel this week.
4 losses in a row. That run will end. They'll square their season at 4-4 with a percentage of above 100.
Lay back a metre.
Now,
That's it there.
here's White.
Play on.
Looking to go to Treadray. Legs pumping feverishly to get there as there's a head clash between Watt and Harding.
John Kennedy, the great Hawthorn and Kangaroos coach, used to say footy's played 90% below their shoulders. The other 10%, it doesn't really matter.
Not right now for Harding and Watt anyway.
He's Warren Treadray copped a nice whack to the head there as well, accidentally.
Play on, both at it.
Hale to Grant for Makepeace. Colbert under pressure. Chad Corns, the beneficiary. Can they finish with 4 goals in a row?
Simo, back at half, back at half.
Goes short. And now Marnie. Tell someone that it was 7 points the difference early in the second quarter. Port kicked the last 3, possibly 4 goals of the game. You just wouldn't believe the final scoreline.
This is it.
They'll certainly take a lot of confidence away the Kangaroos from today's game, but they'll need that because they're up against the Demons outfit next week, so it doesn't get easier for them. but you'd expect that they'll get a much better showing than what they have from the opposition in Port Adelaide this afternoon.
Here's Josh Marnie then, the former Magpie and Bulldog. Spent a while out of the AFL until Port redrafted him, hooking the kick off hands. It's a behind.
Clear it out here, clear it out, clear it out. Jess, take it out, Lee.
Keep clapping, son. That's what it's all about. The youngsters supporting their team to the bitter end. 21-13 to 7 goals 6 as Wells marks on halfback. They might avoid that record losing margin.
Daniel Wells is up to 15 possessions now. He's really worked hard and got the reward for it.
Game number 200 for Shannon Grant will be recalled fondly. Wells. Jones caught behind. Polton has stood tall today. Right to the end. Good kick for White in the middle. Now Simpson closing fast. Steals it away from him. Hale out of defence. Minute 40 to go. Is it set up for a specky from Michael Stevens? No. Just elects to knock it down. Port can run. Kane Corns. Chips short. Sean Burgoyne. Cassisi. Harding closing. Handballing. Spinning. Salopek. Goes short. Stolen away. Lee Brown. Caught his opponent flat-footed. Kane Corns desperate. Well, at least they're sticking it out. Sean Burgoyne's kick smothered. And Wells to mop up. Oh, beautiful. Give it back to him. He does. Wells away. Grant on the outer wing. Final minute of a 91-point game. A goal to the Kangaroos would condemn Port to their worst ever loss. Rawlings towards Stevens. Over his head. He doubles back near the boundary line. Oh, handball extravagant but effective. King to Porter, who slipped. Lakeland's got it. They might avoid it, or they might not. Petrie, out of nothing, goes for it. Misses.
All clear.
One behind. So, 92 points. 34 seconds. 94 is the record. Bishop wide, Chad Corns in front of Shannon Grant. Not time to do a hammy here. Well, Hale in front was never going to be losing that one to Marnie. Makepeace, 20 seconds. Petrie!
He's a record attempt.
Here is the record setting attempt by Petrie with 10 seconds to go. If he has a shot at goal and kicks it, it's Port's worst ever AFL loss since they joined the comp in '97. It's the only excitement of the second half. If Petrie kicks the goal, it's a record loss for Port, and it won't be a goal. And they stop just short. But play the music now. The Kangaroos are back in town. Stunning afternoon. Who saw this coming? The margin was 7 points the difference, 4 minutes into the second quarter. And then the Kangaroos with a consecutive run of 16 unanswered goals, including 10-6 to 1 behind in the third term. Turned for home 92 points in front, and it finished with 3 goals, 2 apiece in the final term. The Kangaroos are back. Tips down with some pretty happy faces.
Shannon, great way to snap a losing streak.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The boards are fantastic all day, and it was put on a lot of guys throughout the week, and they responded beautifully.
And a great win for your 200th. That goal of yours in the last quarter, probably one of your best.
Oh, well, you know, it's just great that everyone's contributed today. We had so many guys down for the last month. It's been a long month, and it's just a tremendous effort by the boys.
And goal kickers, you had 13 goal kickers across the board, a really real team effort.
Well, that's something we're continually working on, and guys are doing a lot of goal kicking throughout the week, so good to see it finally come to the floor.
And even the strength from the young players like Doughton, Wells, all the way through to Sav Rocker, who's come into the side, and really, really good performance.
Yeah, well, Sav was fantastic all night, and he's been out for a while, and Wells, he just keeps getting better and better.
All right, well done. Enjoy your win. Thanks.
Began with the Sydney Swans back in '95. Played 58 games there, and now with the Kangaroos. Sav Rocker began his career with Collingwood First game of the year in the AFL today. Kicked 3 goals, 2. He'd be happy. Shannon Grant is cheered from the ground by Adam Simpson and Lee Coleman.
Well, they've enjoyed a lot of success against this Port Adelaide outfit, whether that be playing in Victoria or making the move over to Amy Stadium and playing them over there. But not in their wildest dreams, Gerard, would I have thought that in their thinking this week that they would come here on a Sunday, Telstra Dome, and beat Port the way they have.
Yeah, we'll get back to that in just a minute. We'll get a word from you about Shannon, but Tiff Scott Sav.
Well, Sav, great performance by you. I asked you before the game if you were pretty nervous and looking forward to it. You said you were, and you certainly turned it around.
It was pretty good, you know. It was great by the fellas to, you know, keep to the structure, and we stuck to it, and it was fantastic. You know, we got the ball down there, and it gave the forwards every opportunity, so it was really good.
And you know, from your own performance, obviously it's your first opportunity this year. You're really hoping to make sure you get a permanent place in the side.
Yeah, hopefully I stay in there till the end of the year, so that's what I'll be doing.
And just a great team effort by the guys, especially for Shannon Grant's 200.
It's fantastic to get a win for Shagger. You know, they're more memorable when you win them.
Right, well done, enjoy it.
There's the big fellow, Sav Rocker. And what about Shannon Grant? Wayne, you would have played a lot of footy with him and been a part of a premiership team with him.
No, unfortunately I wasn't. He and I actually moved to opposite states.
Of course you did, yeah.
I just think it's been a terrific move for Shannon. I know, just speaking personally with a lot of the Sydney players, they were disappointed to see him go, but they're just as happy now that, look, he's been lucky enough to win a premiership. He's a Norm Smith medalist. Yep. And I just think it's been a really good marriage for that football club and Shannon Grant. He's enjoying his football, and I think that it's been a move that's paid dividends for all involved.
Following the Kangaroos in to sing the song for the first time since round 3. When they edged out Carlton, the excited coaching and support staff. What a game for them. 92 points, their victory over Port. Massive percentage boost, and they're back in the top 8. Yeah, we caught it on tape.
And that.